Welcome back, everyone. Back. Final Fantasying. Next to two of my favorite little people. My two favorite Lalafellas. Look how she looks at me. She's out here thinking what I'm thinking. Contentness. Happiness. Joy. A little mischievousness. A little smirk. A little pondering. A little tauntingness. The end smile. We're back. Patch 5.2 content we gotta go through. We gotta, I was on the fence of playing Marvel Rivals. Asked my friend. Got the blessing. And then I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So instead, we're gonna play Final Fantasy. We gotta start by talking with Cryo. Looking all angry. But don't worry. Nothing to be angry about. I was glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she has glad tidings to share. Diana, my, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire about the Archons, fear not, Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporal aether. You mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope to afford enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. We could go with first and help. I feel like I'm a little orange. I gotta be dark. Keldian, it's been far too long, my friend. Did not finish that raid. Forgive me. I don't believe I've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Guardian Ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Aldine, offering what counsel I can in hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Yes. I've heard stories of defected from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have an urgent news? Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil. A sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been called from the Gimel to Dark. Their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep the watch over the border. And we have welcomed our most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. I did not read half those words. They came too fast. Commander Aldin has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He's also requested representatives from the Science to attend as well, though it's clear to whom he wished to extend the invitation. It seems time is of the essence. Well, I will not be attending this meeting alone. Though I'm not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single sound with all of this. Yes, of course. We must make for Alamegan Quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. Bye-bye, financier Tataru. See? Oh, you can't see. Well, you can't see. I've cleared my entire fucking inventory. I no longer have all the stuff in there. I can now call up. Fuck up. Okay, Gary Ann. Whatever the fuck I want, Gary Ann. Where do we go? Girabanya. I can fly here. That's sock business. Commander Aldine awaits us in the Royal Palace. If you'd follow me. Old one arm over here. Whisper talking. You son of a bitch! You're ready to fight.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Damn, I'm already in that fucking hand state.
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I guess.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
I played through that.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
Yeah,
the weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope.
You want me to kill? I mean,
Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your
oh shit, yeah.
remain in peril, and I would not ask you
that.
to forsake them. But the fact remains that you and you alone have faced the Ultima weapon and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
I will not be, because they all appear later in the games. Because I've seen the trailers. We can ill afford to ignore this new threat of the new Ultima weapon. With each passing day, the play of the Scions grows ever more perilous. I cannot stay for the briefing on the Ultima weapon. I will not stop you. I only ask for you to confer with me before we return to the first. What you got? Tuesday. Alliance forces prepared in earnest. A new threat looms in the horizon. Ah, Keldion. Glad you could make it. As you may have heard, Commander Aldin has given orders to embark from Alliance headquarters to hold back the advance of Empire's latest menace. Not that soldiers are stationed there are too chuffed about being in the front line against these new weapons. They're designed to slay primals. They make short work of us mere mortals as well. Mind you, it's Gaius Balazar and his followers who've led the charge so far. By all accounts, they've been giving us goods they get. Unfortunately, their sorties have met with little success. I dare say they'd benefit greatly from your presence in the battlefield. If you're ready, my colleague over at Porta Praetoria will show you the way. I've been told if the color's blue, you gotta do. Make sure I have the, yeah. It's me, a dancer. Why is this better? It's probably the rings and stuff that's better. Yeah, that 500 is gonna help. That's gonna help a lot. On your way to headquarters, I take it? Yes. Vaudelin. Be honest, I wasn't sure if you'd ever show up. I, for one, am glad you decided to throw in your lot with us. Alright, we got red and we got blue. Gaius says you're the best hope of defeating the abomination. We have seen only a glimpse of its true power, and even though that was more than enough for us. Gaius back then I was a simple book reader. I'm now a dancer. I'm a different being. So your mind is set, and I shall apprise you of the situation. Nod. We discovered the previously abandoned Ultimate Weapon project is being helmed by the reformed 7th Legion. They have already succeeded in producing several prototypes, one of which is set to be deployed in the orders in front, its name, the Ruby Weapon. Severa and I will help be able to get it within striking distance during one of its test runs and made an attempt to destroy it. An attempt that ended in failure, alas. Based on our knowledge of the original Ultimate Weapon, the explosive we employed should have been sufficient to blast through its armor plating, but they barely left a mark. Oh, she got one of the third eyes. We suspect the gifts of its predecessor. We have proven the source of its resilience. I thought you were normal. As you well know, the Ultimate Weapon was designed to absorb the aether from icons, and the Ruby Weapon no doubt shares its ability. If any were summoned during the uprisings in Garleman's occupied territories, and thereafter consumed, armor would become all the more formidable. Its near impenetrable armor was the only beginning of our troubles. It fought back with whip-like claws that could extend and contract at will. Faced itself opposition, we were forced to withdraw. Gaius was injured shielding me from the Ruby Weapon's assault. Even now, he strokes his stand. Damn it all! If I had been so careless, this wouldn't have happened. You need not concern yourself. Let us not forget that I am the one who initiated the Ultimate Weapon project. If I must give my life to bury this shameful legacy, then so be it. If you were to face it as you are now, you'd be cut down before you even hobbled within firing distance. In any case, we can't afford to lose information in your head, on both the foe we face and the Empire itself. We all know that asking for Keldion's assistance presents our best chance of stopping that war machina. It is true, but if anyone were capable of putting down such monstrosity, it was her. I don't even know what you said. Though I have no right to ask this of you, will you lend us your strength? I love killing. Yeah, I am not way back here. That's exactly what I said. You have my thanks. And mine. I must impress upon you the urgency of this situation. We've received word that the Empire is preparing to advance in Gimlet's Dark. That's where we will intercept them. If our fears are proven correct, the Ruby Weapon will be among their host. Should it break through our lines, there's no telling that devastation will wreak. Make no mistake, the very survival of the Orgy hangs in the balance. Once you've stitched yourself in the battle ahead, your escort will lead the way. What a price was the world pay for my hubris. Allow me to kill more things. That's what we gotta pay. I'm a violent creature. Pure wild area. I can't occupy a world's Magitex installation. You just yawned through most of that talk. Commencing Ruby at weapon activation sequence. All units stand by. Oh my god, it has teeth. They ride it like up. Initiating our sight system. Fusion successful. No signs of incompatibility. Awaiting your signal. New weapon codenamed Darkness. Ready for launch. Oh, gutsy female. Oh my god, it's a fucking Zaku. That's more armor core shape. It doesn't matter, they're just dropping out of mech. That's crazy. Escort. Audlin has briefed me on the mission. I'm to take you as far as our expected point of contact with the Ruby Weapon. Once we arrive, the rest is up to you, I'm afraid. Alright. Cinder Drift. Was that Don't worry, my angry side is ready for it. I gotta wait for 2 tanks, 2 healers. Alright. Gonna queue up for that one. There's something else I was supposed to do. Oh. Still have this to do. God, look at that fucking full chicken. Could you imagine eating a whole phoenix? That should probably pre-cooks itself. Alright, crowd, we'll do the rest of the stuff. The way home. Crowd can see his steel resolve in your eyes and suspects she knows where duty calls you. Take it you're ready to return to the first? Now, to ask that you reprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely, Xenos' return into the development of a new ultimate weapon. As to their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to help their corporal aethers keep their corporal aether stable. Safe travels, Kiliana. Up to see you, and for others and the other scions soon. Bye-bye. Ting tong tung. I should go get my laundry. I keep doing this. Hold on. We'll be back. We'll be back. Sorry about that, I'm back. Gotta re-queue for this. There. And close my door. A wind-up pneumo? I gotta know how to get a wind-up pneumo. I gotta get me a wind-up pneumo. Do I have the wine at Yotzia? I think I have the wine. Let's go talk to you. Quick to Exarch, if that's your real name. The most opportune time, my friend. I made something of a breakthrough in my research of the soul and means to return to Sion's home. I trust you two have been making good use of your time. I leveled my machinist. It'll tie into the source, you say. And I'll summon the others that we might all be apprised of the situation. Kombucha. Drink kombucha to fix your gut health. Also because it tastes spicy. Them shoulders.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
It's fucked!
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Just have this man read these words.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one.
Alright, so get in the fucking crystal.
For soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
We gotta hope this finishes before it's done.
However,
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
that being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel.
Just fucking hook
I am
you in.
hopeful that the records
Just
found
get a little
within this
zoop.
tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
He's talking to me. That's me. You got the same eyes and everything.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Then why'd you come in? Why'd you come in then? You could have just knocked. Hey, can I talk to Warrior of Darkness?
Here. She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the XIV's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Eat the fish. Like, what's my penalty here? Nothing of importance. We'll just go right back in there. Is he your assist? Let's confess. I'll enjoy my fair share of scholarly research. It'll be good to step aside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall I go speak with Lena? Y'all just stay over here posting. Don't do your work. And they said my power phrase, scholar. This guy just out here posing. I gotta meet her. I heard y'all needed a scholar, so I'm here to do scholarly things. Little time, so I'll be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland. I asked for your assistance in slaying it. Sin Eater? I had heard some few yet remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. It will not be necessary. It's only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency. They gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Let's be about it then. Excellent. Let's make for Fort Job. If you'd wait here for a moment, I'll gather the others. Alright, we got melee red, melee blue, and shooter red. I don't remember, but you've met these soldiers once before. They're only in passing. How long have they awaited the opportunity to fight alongside you? I was at death's door the day of Saracenia's attack. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selfishness is something we all aspire to. I too was a terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes. I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, or holding the bait again, it filled me with dread. But there is no way to honor her with my comrades. So I've returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, miss. Truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride an Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think the Yolmurian soldiers were once locked blades that are now on our side. We'll do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. Seem to be missing one. My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmelt. It took longer than I anticipated. Not begrudgingly decided to help those in need, but soldiers must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. Oh my god, we gotta skip. We gotta skip. Tyler, we gotta skip you. No! I asked you to deliver this to Exotic Warrior Dark. I know I was tired of talking to you. Don't give up. Don't give in. I got those with my hands. My friends got to see the knight's return shortly before we passed. With a word of a smile, satisfied a glimpse of what's come. With countless others due to so first hand. We gave their lives to promise a future they'll never know. So false us do everything we can to fulfill the promise. Man, what happens? We won't give up. We won't give it. Come on, come on. We gotta go. We gotta go. Let's inspire all the guards in the most manner. I got to the northern staging point and I had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let's go. Oh my god. We'll do it again. Oh, instant Q? That's me, baby. I'm the reason it was an instant Q. Alright, what are we doing here? It's not looking too beautiful. It's just a fucking gear! It's just an Mark III anti-icon, one Machina, the ruby weapon. That's just a fucking armor core. It's like a defensive attack. Boy, do I hope there's not something I have to fucking pull off with later. Okay. But I'm not an icon. These stacks or something on me. Whole castle end up being on. That's not it. It's pretty straightforward though. Ooh, 2 fucking stacks? You're sick. You're absolutely sick with it. I don't want to be there. All I can tell is I don't want to be there. That dancer wanted to dance for the last time. anybody taking any crazy damage that would require him to switch. That's obviously. Very straightforward fight. Just walk that off. I might not want to be on. Inside taking ultimate maximum power. And it's dead. Ignore all warnings. Die. Maybe there are more phases. Sorry, everyone. It's the end of me. Activating Oversoul. Wait, 1% commencing force shutdown. He's out here boogieing down on it. And our side switching to Oversoul. Long data samples. Organic core. Okay. They basically sacrificed themselves to be stronger. Oh man, you made yourself a fucking angel thing. El Vandarnis. Come to purify this forsaken land. Oh, that's cool. Lights happening. There we go. No, we don't. Understand this thing. Dalamun Falls. Dalamuda! My loyal servants! But through destruction I shall prove myself worthy of you. Fire, death to the undeserving. What's happening? I gotta pick out the right thing. I like that one. That's like the right one to be at. He died for snags. Okay. You don't want those in the ground. No, that did fall. I know it to be true. Oh, brother, Diane, shall live on for eternity. dragging thing, lady. Dead. Another Ultima weapon denied. God, look at these fucking stompers on that thing. They're like teeth. These are not. These aren't toenails. These are teeth. These are gnashers. We're done here. It was all me. Even from afar, your figure was unmistakable. As ever, an impressive display. Though, as I am sure you will concur, the ultimate weapon pales in comparison to this new monstrosity. The research is allowed to continue. The next model will be nigh on unstoppable. With that in mind, the Alliance has enlisted the help of... Wait, I hear something. Get them fucking eyes. Here to sift through what remains of the ruby weapon, are you? Ali, what do you think you're doing? Ali. Father? It's been too long, Alphonse. And you too, Rex. He adopted dragon children? What a father. Even if the Empire is proceeding with the new weapon project and making inroads into Eorzea, so it was only a matter of time until our paths crossed. It would be wonderful to see you again, Father, although I can't say I think much of the company you've been keeping. I know a lot's happened. I'm just glad you're alright. And now, you can come back to Garlemald with us. My days serving the Empire are over. Because you're suspected of assassinating Emperor Varus? We know you'd never do a thing like that. Must be a way to prove your innocence. Then everything can go back to the way it was. Damn, bro, you brought your kids out here? Ah, no, my empathy powers! She's triggered them! I have to care. It's kombucha. So he found you two shivering on the roadside when he was going through Wurlitz. Lucky for you, eh? If he hadn't, we'd probably be dead now. As for the three of us, our parents all died in the epidemic. We'd still be begging on street corners if it wasn't for him. Just wish there was a way we could repay Lord Gaius for all his kindness he's shown us. War orphans. He fights for the Empire, so we should too. That'll make him proud of us. You're saying we should join the army? I don't think that's such a good idea. Everyone in the world was scared of the Garleans. Why would we want to be like them? Lord Gaius is different. I know he is. You're right. He's always says the strong should lead the weak. Maybe that's why he took us in. Man's got his own little bundle of war orphans. So I'm gonna raise him. Alright. Becoming a soldier is what it takes. I'll do it. Who's with me? Y'all can read. Y'all can read about how these children all put themselves in a position where I probably killed two of those. The black ones. And sisters. Would that make Lord Gaius our father? Well, if he doesn't mind us calling him that, I suppose. That makes us you our big brother. Since you're the oldest, he better be nice to us, so I'm telling father. Haha. Ah, look how quickly they coped with all the suffering that is their lives. Empathy powers deactivate. Ew. War orphans. Father, it's your way. Allah has changed the Empire for us too. If we'd known that you were still out there, still alive, none of this would have happened. What do you mean? The truth is, I'm guessing the girl I said I killed, she's probably the one that was piloting it. This goal will not stop you. But answer me this. Who was piloting the ruby weapon? We all know that Niall Van Darnus has not returned from the dead. Who do you think? It was Melisandre. No, I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that we let that happen. She was your sister to you, to all of you. We only want to finish what you started. And while you never forget all you've done for us, the next time we meet shall be as enemies. Goodbye, Father. I simply wish to finish what you started. Father, I do not like what I started. Please do not. As for you, Hero Eorzea, you'll pay for what you did to Melisandre. I'll kill another one of y'all. Put another one of y'all in one of these. I love killing you. I love killing Guardians. Whether pure blood or adopted. Love the thrill. Love the game. My children. I've been killing my children. Sid the guy. How's it going, everyone? Me, Sid, everyone's favorite Guardian. Well. Gaius von Balsar. We meet again. Come to see how your precious weapon project has been proceeding in your absence, have you? You are come to collect data on the ruby weapon, correct? The pilot. Melisandre should still be inside the cockpit. I'll ask Valdel to escort you to the wreckage. Any idea who this Melisandre is? An imperial crony of his, perhaps? Oh, you know, just his daughter. Adopted daughter, but his daughter. Orphans. It's always did have an eye for talent and a mind to nurture. In fact, Livius Sas Junius was another protege of his. He even took me under his wing when my father became obsessed with the Meteor Project. Strange that I felt closer to Gaius than my own flesh and blood. Then my father and countless others lost their lives in the Bolge incident. Though he was acting under Emperor Solus' orders, he masterminded the whole thing. I had begged him to reconsider, to put an end to his madness, but my words fell on deaf ears. That's when I was turned to Gaius for support. He was much upon the Emperor as my father, and refused to intervene. When my turn came to serve, I defected and fled to Eorzea. I know Gaius as much as any of them, perhaps even more. The barbaric acts carried out in the name of conquest. When we met on the Praetorium, all that hatred that had been festering inside me seemed to fade away. I remember the man who I once respected. It's not real hate then. I think the dreaded Black Wolf was a mere plaything for the Aesians, left him broken and disgraced, having sent thousands of his men to early graves. It's where they most could bear. And now the lives of the children he raised hang in the balance. Any personal grievance I have with Gaius can wait. I best gather what information I can on the ruby weapon. But I'll be back as soon as possible. Sid, you gotta work on your hate. Listen to some Kendrick. Listen to some Kendrick. It'll help you with your hate. We gotta start with the mixtapes. I best not be hearing you. Oh, I started listening to him with Damn. If Sid as I remember him, it will not take long for him to finish investigating the remains of the ruby weapon. He never was one to waste time. I gotta make sure YouTube's actually working again. Punches are still in the field. There's something I thought you should know right away. I am on YouTube, God bless. Once he's dead, I only hope she was not made to suffer. Death would have been a kindness. In all my years, I've never seen such perversion of science and nature. Her body was fused with the ruby weapon's core. Those last moments must have been spent pure agony as her very life's essence was drained from her. So, she was sacrificed to power that infernal machine. Just act quickly if you were to prevent the Empire from committing further atrocities. Kaldian, is there any other information you can share with us regarding the ruby weapon prior to its deactivation? We deactivated like all the safety mechs. She really wanted it to happen. She really thought she could hit us with the third impact. Isle van Darnis. Will Legatus mean that much? I gather it sounds as if data on Nena's combat wheels were used to override the pilot's consciousness after she was fused with the core. This technology perfecting, the Empire begins implanting the memories of renowned warriors such as the White Raven into the soldiers. The Alliance won't stand a chance. Is such a thing even possible? Almost how soul crystals work. Yes, it seems those crystals are common use throughout Eorzea. An ancient but effective means of passing on knowledge from one generation to the next. Well, it may bear some similarities. We won't know it for certain until we've analyzed the wreckage of the ruby weapon. It cannot be denied that combining combat data from the experienced soldier with the powers of an icon has yielded remarkable results. In doing so, the Empire has sunk to the very depths of depravity. It is beyond forgiveness. For once, I agree with you. Yet one question remains unanswered. How were they able to obtain data on someone who was supposedly killed prior to the calamity? That's what I'm trying to determine. There's one possibility I'd like to explore. I'll need to carry out a more thorough investigation first. Severa will provide support while you're in the field. Not only is she extremely well versed in the latest in Garlean technology, there are few soldiers I would rather have watching my back. In the meantime, Valdale and I will follow the ruby weapon's tracks back to its point of origin. We will learn what we can of the weapons project and the manner in which Alphonse and the others are involved. Should we uncover anything of value, we will relay it to the troops stationed here. For now, I suggest you use this lull in the Garlean activity to recuperate. Would I be correct in guessing that the belated reunion with those darling orphans of yours has stirred up memories of your time in Garlemald? Trying to throw out those mans? Remember our agreement, Gaius. You so much think of returning to your Imperial masters, I will kill you. Well. Just down this way. Poor Machina fanatic, you calm down with those names. Let's put down the ruby weapon. Gods wish I could have seen it. Not from too close, mind. I suppose I should report news of our victories to the higher ups. I realize you must have been through quite the ordeal. Could you give me a quick summary of the battle? Well, you know, they dropped an armored core and I fought it. Make it sound so easy. The way you tell it, anyone would think you slay hulking brutes like that for a living. Put all this info in a report. Leave a copy over there, should you fancy a bit of light reading. Anyway, I expect you've got more pressing matters to take care of. Like going for a celebratory pint. Guardians pluck up the courage to come knocking again. We'll let you know. Until then, rest up. Wow, 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 wow. Meanwhile, in the World at Magitech installation, We should have told him the truth. He'd be able to help us. I know he would. That's exactly the problem, Alan. If he knew the true nature of the weapon project, he'd find some way to interfere. We've come too far to back down now. Won't little Melisandre's death be in vain? You're all gonna die, I can just feel it. If it means going against Father's wishes. Triplefons. We can all go back to being one happy family after we've dealt with this pesky Eorzeans. Be just like the old times. If only it was that simple. There's no guarantee any of us will make it back alive. Excuse me. I think you're forgetting whose turn it's next. Oh, ye of little faith. We at the helm of the sapphire weapon. Be over before you know it. What happens, Rex? Promise you'll come back to us. I can't bear to lose you too. Alright, if it's Sapphire's blue, he's green, they're probably going to say some nonsense like emerald. White? Man, they can say diamond. They can say pearl. Marble. They can say a lot of things. No. Information linked to the weapon project has been uncovered, and your allies prepare to depart for distant lands. Keldiana, I'm afraid we haven't much in the way of information to share from the front line. We have, however, received word from Gaius wishes to speak with you at the lines of headquarters. Arrange the escort to take you to headquarters. So when you're ready to depart, speak with the fellow over there. To say, it's the most exhilarating battle. I've never dreamed that I would have the chance to see such a ferocious warmock with my own eyes. You might find it odd that the citizen of Eorzea would be so excited by someone sent by the Guardians to slaughter us in the thousands, but as an avid follower of things gigantic and mechanical, I can't help myself. Oh, to be the pilot able to pilot such a majestic creation. Perhaps I should defect to the Empire and offer my services. Ever since the time of the original Ultimate Weapon, I've fallen in love with this fusion of elegant and Garlean design. It takes my breath away. So much so that I use my spare moments at the Ironworks to develop a line of miniatures. And now, your recently vanquished foes shall be the inspiration for my next endeavor. Won't you do me the honor of casting your gaze across the piece once complete? This man's making gunpla. Don't blame me if I smash the smithereens. Do you say something? Whatever it was, I'm sure you were offering heartfelt words of encouragement. Support a fancy to yourself that makes such a worthwhile hobby. I'm proud to say my work adorns the homes of many like-minded Machina lovers. An Ultimate Weapon and Magitech Reaper miniatures, to name but two of my creations, are especially popular. Of course, I wouldn't be much of an engineer if I only made inanimate ornaments. Behold, I have restored this elegant relic. I had a few flourishes of my own, and dubbed it the Real Virtuality Combat Simulation Experienceator. By feeding it various pieces of data, such as images of my replicas and so on, this will recreate a range of combat scenarios. For research purposes, of course, not entertainment. Oh no. I can see you're practically champing at the bit to give it a try. There's no stopping you, intrepid adventurer types. It won't be long until my latest work is complete. All remains are one or two final adjustments, so don't go anywhere. I think of its weapons. Child's passion of crafting homages of my favorite war machina, which is more than a mere hobby. It's one of my sales. My creation would like to see the ruby weapon. Ruby weapon? A fine choice! Please allow me a moment to prepare. It's just a big ass bust. Feast your eyes on the lights of the Crimson Conqueror, the Vermilion Villain, the Scarlet Scoundrel, the Ruby Weapon. As I'm sure you remember, it's the most prominent characteristics for its impregnable armor plating, adroitly depicted here. Its long and flexible claws, which are, well, you'll have to imagine those for now. Head and arched neck are somewhat reminiscent of a ravenous void sense, which may be resolved having absorbed primal energy, possibly even one summoned by those resisting the Empire. In that sense, it can even be considered an ally of sorts. Yeah, it's not that alright. There I go, getting carried away as usual. I can tell you've absorbed about as much information as you can handle for now. So why don't we fire up the Real Virtuality Combat Simulation Experienceator? You'd best brace yourself, because even I don't know what's going to happen. Cinder Drift Extreme, now accessible. Items are in the Sorrow World can be exchanged for gear. Other items for speaking the skid time and some rates toll. Gaius Balthazar. Name Gaius Balthazar. Pure blood Guardian and former legatus of the 14th Legion. During his time in the Empire, he was created with the conquest of 5 cities. Extremely dangerous, though currently aligned against Garlemald. Assumed dead following the Battle of Castra Meridanium. He survived and made the elimination of Asians his primary objective, operating under the name Shadowhunter. The Ultimate Weapon project he once helmed has since been taken over by the 7th Legion, prompting him to cooperate with the Eorzean Alliance in preventing new weapons from being developed and deployed. He has provided invaluable information on the Ruby weapon, though it has recently come to light that the pilot was an orphan under his care. There is possibility that he may betray us and return to the Empire, so he must be monitored closely. The Ruby weapon. Name the Ruby weapon, or Machina, developed by the 7th Imperial Legion as successor to the Ultimate weapon. Our sources indicate that, like the original, it is able to absorb the Aether of Primals, which may be the cause of the vastly different appearance and combat capabilities. This is extremely dense armor and flexible claw-like weapons. Shortly after its deployment in the Gimlet Dark, a team led by the Warrior of Light intercepted it and rendered it inoperable. Garland Ironworks are currently investigating the wreckage. Lysandria. Pilot of the Ruby weapon. All other information regarding the subject was gained via verbal testimony of Gaius Balthazar, must therefore be considered as potentially unreliable. Her parents were killed when her homeland in the imperial territory of Wurlet was struck with an epidemic. She was later taken into the care of Gaius with several other orphans. She was despondent and introverted at first, but through the guidance of Alphonse, the eldest of the orphans, she grew to become more assertive and self-assured. Little is known of how she came to pilot the Ruby weapon. According to Gaius, emotional attachment to Alphonse may have been what compelled her to participate in this dangerous mission. A report delivered by Sid Garland found the preliminary examination of the Ruby weapon's remains states that Melisandre's body was fused with its core. No vital signs detected. Estimated age at time of death, 20 years old. That's the Gundams! What's supposed to give me a ride? I was going next nap. Head out. Talk to me, Severo. Good, you're here. The Ironworks has completed their analysis of the Ruby weapon, and Sid Garland wishes to share his findings. I take it you can spare a few moments. Well, why else am I here? Very good. Please wait here while I inform of your arrival. Glad you could make it, Caldiana. I'm sure he's anxious as anyone to hear what we've uncovered. Our early hypotheses were correct. The Guardians designed a system whereby a pilot's consciousness can be forcibly supplanted with data based on the memories and experience of another. So even a rank amateur could obtain the combat abilities of a seasoned warrior. Precisely, and we learned how this was made possible when we opened the cockpit. The Mars were still operational. When the message displayed, one particular phrase caught my attention: synthetic orosight system. Which is what exactly? Well, the core of the ultimate weapon was referred to as the Heart of Sabik by the Asians. These have been a type of orosites. It's unclear whether the Guardian simulacrum possesses the same properties as genuine orosites, but I tend to follow the avenue of inquiry to see where it leads. Do we know as used to plan the combat day of Nael Van Darn as the pilot, which was assumed dead since before the calamity? Are you any closer to discovering how you're able to retrieve this data? Link didn't current gaze at first, but later told me of devices fitted to the magitech armors of Empire's high-ranking officers. This is the reason they believe they were designed to emulate the soul crystals used throughout Eorzea. Yes, that was rumored to be true purpose. It was never publicly acknowledged. Perhaps those in the upper echelons of command wanted to avoid comparisons to the so-called savages they were meant to be conquering. There is also the question of whether the system even functions as intended. From what we've seen, we were successful in gathering combat data from wearing armor equipped with the device. The comparison with soul crystals is valid. Perhaps this data was transferred via Aether. However, it seems it's attracted not only memories related to combat, but also its very essence, as you saw, Paul succumbed entirely to the will of Van Darnus. This is merely superstition. Possibly that being fused with the ruby weapon's core accelerated the process and caused the deceased legatus to manifest in corporeal form. Could the death of the pilot was caused by the system malfunctioning? It's hard to say. The ruby weapon itself was still largely intact when it deactivated. The charge implies that it was synthetic orsite running amok that killed her, rather than the damage incurred during the battle. But even after our analysis, I'm afraid we still don't have enough information. For now, perhaps we should consult with Gaius as our next plan of action. Tell me about your dead kids. Wildland has come bearing vital information. I traced the ruby weapon's path back to the preoccupied territory of Worland, which appears to be where it was built. My grasp of geography is surprisingly poor. Care to enlighten me? While Amigo is placed on the western edge of Gimli, Worland lies on the opposite side, to the east. It was once a proud and prosperous city, until it was brought to its knees by the Imperial invaders. You seem well informed. Perhaps I should have taken you with me. I thought that much was common knowledge. It is also where all Fawns and the others were born. And now the weapon project has brought them home. Yes, the place is now rife with Imperials. Established an airship supply depot in the coastal town of Turncliffe. According to the locals, something resembling one of the weapons was transported there a few days ago. This builds ill indeed. Were possible, I would attempt to capture all Fawns and his followers before they can launch an offensive. However, the distance between here and Turncliffe presents a considerable obstacle, and in all likelihood, the weapon will be ready long before we can arrive. Approaching by sea would allow us to save time by circumventing their ground-based troops, provided we were able to secure a vessel. Or you could use the Enterprise and take the most direct route of all, as the crow flies. In fact, it's the perfect chance to put my top secret plan into action. And might I ask what that entails? Smiling. Much of a secret if I told you now, would it? What I can say is there's a starring role planned for you, Keldiano. That face is... Why so surprised? You didn't think I'd let you get off that easily, did you? Be here soon, so don't go anywhere. He still delights in keeping others in suspense. I can only hope he does not make us wait over long. Hot rod. Did he make his own weapon? Sid just said, I'll make my own, bitch. But in cooler colors. He did make his own cooler colors. Here it is, Keldiana. I present Garland Ironworks' adaptation of The Ultimate Warrior. The G Warrior. It's, oh my god, it's a Gundam. It's a Gundam. No elegant design when I see it. Excavated from one of their ruins, no doubt. Aces Law speaks twice. We came across it during the course of our investigation. So I'd be ashamed to let them release. You'll be taking this refitted relic to face the enemies head on, yes? Perhaps my knowledge of the ultimate weapon will be of use. I'm counting on it as it happens. But first, we'll need to perform a test run on the simulator before throwing it into battle. Come, we haven't much time. I think really you gotta be playing Gundam. Holy shit, I'm playing Zoe the Enders. Fights G Warrior. Try to teach the basics. Try attacking guys. Don't worry, it won't fight back. G Warrior's armed with a range of weapons. Now your chance to learn what it's capable of. So dumb. What we got? We got Aether Cannon. First combo. Ultimate Buster. Aether Mind. Resto. Aegis, they just fucking that shit got the fucking triangle. They just stole that shit. Diversity more powers weapon increases the speed and move build. Price. Having his face to use on the G Warriors. There's no use for short bursts. Let's practice here before heading in battle. Try acting the pyretic boosters. Notice your move speed is improved, but as shown in your monitor, G Warrior becomes more and more structurally unstable as time passes. Back to the pirate, press the same button again. So you can mitigate a certain amount of damage to battle, as well as carry on battle. So let's see what's up. By attacks using this quick succession, you can increase speed you field and 25 beta damage. I no longer glow red. That's the active priority boost while it's been found trial. For the offense, now look at the defense. This with Ethereal Aegis should come in handy. Unfortunately, we can't keep Barry up as indefinitely as it would drain G Warrior's power reserves. Might even run out of energy for weapons. Watch out. Let's try to play the Ethereal Aegis. It's me! I'm a Gundam! I got my fucking fathers protecting me! I'm new Gundam! Yeah. Yeah, said I'm ready to kill. Natural, right? It's everything. Talent simulation. Yeah. I'm a fucking monster. Are you sufficiently prepared? Yes, I am. I'm ready to kill your kids. Like, oh my god. I thought I was ready to kill his kids. I'm ready to kill his kids. There will be no child support. I'm about to, oh my god. This guy's gonna save so much money on car insurance. And the life insurance payout, oh my god. Big as fuck. It seems they're expecting us. Who's the pilots? Katiana, we're almost there. You better have your wits about you. Assuming direct control. I have control. With the full 360. Now, get ready to strike. G-Warrior, engage. You gotta say the words. Awfully familiar. G-Sanche. With my beam saber, the sapphire weapon marked for anti-icon 1. Ew. Force loose. What's up? He's immediately breaking the limiters? Oh my god, this guy's ass! Activating Oversoul! I just combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. No! I can't hold on! Bro, turn that on as soon as the fight started. Enlarge the situation for the air. Follow my instructions, limit the target. Like, there was no fight. He's like, oh god, she dodged my shot? It's time to go maximum oversoul and fucking die. might be a thinking man's fight. I got my own laser. Oh, right. That's not one. Angle. Fucked up. I'm gonna take this. Yeah, fucked up. Bing bang bang boom bing bang boom bang bang boom bang boom bang mommy. this because I fucked up. They're survivors? Oh, I have to kill these guys first. Stop it. Oops, did out of order. Kinda dumb. Oopsies. I don't see anything else to kill. I think I just fucking... I might have killed myself by not just fucking committing. We'll see. I won! I'm better! I'm the Gundam! I am the White Devil! I'm the best! But in reality, different mecha reference, it's actually XIV. I'm in the Nerval. It's a coral. Target's been silenced. We gotta go fucking windsurfing. That damn squid never stood a chance. After the immediate threat has been dealt with, we should gather what information we can in Turncliffe. We go in here and slaughter everything. Because, I mean, honestly, the fact that we have our own little ultimate weapon... Ooh. Ooh, where are we? Ooh, we're a little Greece. You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adeptly in a short time. The weapon's largely intact. Sidina's researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information. Once dismantled, perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. Who wants to go see his dead kids? Give me the ick. No! Empathy powers! Not now. We should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorsteps and the sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, we should be able to fend them off, or at least buy some time. Not quite how I imagined it, but this seems as a good way to die as any. XI. Raikon, why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapons to a safe location. You can take care of that, while I pilot the sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put... I killed the black ones first. I blame Square Enix. Besides, it's still incomplete. It can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul. You want to end up like Milsandia? No, of course not. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Yet he does it. Turn 1. But she didn't give her life in vain. The re-weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system. Prevent any further malfunctions. It immediately malfunctions. What's the difference does that make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with the core, there's no way back. That's why I should be the one to pilot the sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know the least qualified pilot we have. There's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. Please, Rex, hear me out. Since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest too. Too afraid to stand up to myself. I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could wish for. They're always there for me, protected me. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapon and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me, for Milsandia. I'm counting on you, Rex. You got that latex sound good. You always did have a stubborn streak. Alright, Recon. Forget you. Just promise you'd wait for me on the other side. Meet again, brother. And then we find out Oversoul is such a dangerous thing, it destroys their soul. There is no other side for these fellas. Y'all made me happier than I had any right to be. And now, I finally found my purpose, thanks to you. Come on, Sapphire. Maybe far from perfect. We have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. The Echo, I assume. What did it reveal to you? Well, it was the other one. It was the black kid. You lost 2 black kids at once. God, my poor boy. Braver than most can ever hope to be. It's as we feared. I'm sorry, guys. Damn it. My orphans. My island will never be built now. For Lasanja, now Raikon. Must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. I'll let you hold that one, big fella. Fraudulent villain. Tell me, what do you make of this? I understand the two of you put since his days at the Black Wolf. Can't have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Aesons. Still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about having a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though. Seems he would rather bear his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. And try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us all believe? He's merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors. Whatever the rats may be, in the end he will always be a Garlean. Though there may be honorable men and women among them, suffered much more and more as a result of their conquests, barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Balasar played no small parts. The first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into lands that had long been known to us as Duskwights. We sought to repel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bows and arrows were no match for their magitech, and even for our most powerful magics, they were little to slow their advance. I fought the front line, who was knocked unconscious by open exchange. When I came to, I was alone. The rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months. I think they had disappeared without a trace. Finally learned from 2 Imperials held in Biramil, the village has been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that later to be known as Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years I roamed aimlessly with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. Eventually found myself the Order of the Twin Adder, offered me a place among their ranks. Desire for revenge was the only thing I had left. So without a moment's hesitation I accepted. Were not for the war with Garlemald, I'd have loathed to work alongside the city-dwelling Gridanians, who for so long had treated my kind as outcasts. None of that mattered anymore. I had culminated with Operation Archon, as led the charge into the Praetorium. We were right behind you. When the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though. Many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I had encountered none other than Gaius Balasar, on the verge of death. The gods had delivered to me the man whose conquest had robbed me of everything. I was poised, ready to exact my revenge, and then he spoke. I'll not beg for mercy. Only ask that you stay your hand for longer. I cannot die until I read the word of Ascian menace. Millennia mankind have danced there too, but no more. Then, once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down there and then had I not sensed truth in his words. So I decided to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time I've kept a close eye on Gaius, but he is ever on the watch for pursuers. He's granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose. I still might, if he shows even the slightest sign of betraying our agreements. Good plan. But for now, the Ascians are my chosen quarry. They're indeed the ones pulling the Empire's strings. It shall not end until we have been in Ragate, every last one. I cannot save my kin, but those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. How noble. Fortunately, dealing with the Ascians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapons project. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Guardians throw at us next. Perhaps Sever can tell us whether the Ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note. Beep boop beep boop bop. Former. I've been separated from my family ever since I was forced to the army. There's a sneak away in confusion. I've got you and your friends to thank for that. Main concern is the God's violence won't take his laying down. Man is a dog with a bone. Once he sinks his teeth in, he never lets go. He'll be back, I'm sure of it. Beautiful civilian. What do you want with me, lass? Tell us yourself. Me? Not much to tell, even less worth knowing. These days, I go about my daily business trying not to bother anyone. Just another sad old man, all alone and dying of... Well, I doubt you even care if I have told you. I used to call myself a doctor. Not that much, but good at it. The epidemic came 10 years ago. I was powerless to stop it. But all my years of experience in fancy medicines, for everyone I saved, I lost a dozen more. Worse than that. I let those guardian bastards push me around, tell me who to treat and who to leave to their fate. As a result, I only saw to the Imperials, while my kith and kin died in agony. You tell me about Turncliffe. Being far so to the south of Worldly, perched atop of cliffs, there's never much reason for anyone to travel here. Being by the sea is all well and good. We're simply too high above the water to benefit much from it. The gulls and terns don't seem to mind, though. Most of the townsfolk are either hiring natives or Aura who found their way here over the years. They all lived side by side, peacefully enough, before the Guardians came and ruined everything. There wasn't much we could do to stop them. Those who fought back were soon put to the sword. Once the invasion was complete, the Imperials started digging down the rock and built a supply depot for their blasted airships. The experiments were a more recent development. Of course, none of the civilians were privy to what it was trying working on. So it all came to light now that the bastards have turned and fled through their tails between their legs. We've got you and yours thanks for that. Maybe it was only a temporary respite. Those guardian bastards are finally gone. It's all thanks to you. My husband died defending our town when they first invaded. For all the years since, it felt like he died for nothing. Now, his soul might at last find peace. Chat up the girls. Most of the 7th Legion's troops stationed here with you before you arrived. I expect they're regrouping somewhere and getting ready to retake the town. I even heard where the members of the weapons project are still hiding somewhere in the town. And I gotta look for him. Boom. Small talk. A lot of us local conscripts have deserted the 7th Legion. The rest of Turncliffe isn't going to forget what we served the Empire. It's not anytime soon. Let's run that triple triad. Paragon's got no way of making a living. All hope is to win with the upcoming triple triad tournament and live off the winnings. I suppose you help me out with a few practice rounds. Swab and Falnies. We're gonna open up with this. Ooh, super strong, super strong. Like this. Ooh, good move, good move. On the A3, reset that. Drops him, that's easy to kill there. Good girl, good girl. And I should lose here. That was not the start. Try one more time. Big risk. Big risk. Oh my god. I don't have it in me. I'm terrible at this fucking game. Absolute donkey dick. Sucks, Vera. The Ironworks engineers still work dismantling the Sapphire weapon, investigating the Turncliffe Magitech facility. Though they have yet to make the report, I may have some news to share at this juncture. Please wait here a moment. We've yet to finish our investigations, but I can give you a preliminary report. Were you able to recover anything of note? Before abandoning the facility, they attempted to destroy anything they could take with them, including many of their research materials. Luckily, some information relating to the Sapphire weapon's combat data was intact. Judging by what we saw during the battle, it was extractable from regular von Hydras, correct? It appears the Sapphire weapon was actually in an incomplete state, and therefore was unable to perform at full capacity. Even so, it was immensely powerful. Had they even given the chance to finish it before we'd arrive, who knows how it would have ended. Indeed, we will not be so fortunate next time, so let's prepare for the worst. The Ironworks will continue to investigate the Sapphire weapon and look into possible countermeasures. The Echo afforded you a glimpse of the conversation between Rykon and Rex prior to the weapon's deployment. Do you remember any of the other details? Improvements were made in the synthetic aura sites to prevent malfunctions. It was never their intent to create manifestation of Nail von Darkness. But there's one thing that was intended. Oversoul. Its activation results in power being absorbed by the core, killing them in the process. Rex and Rykon were fully aware of this, were they not? Yeah. The dumbass knew what was going to happen. The death of the power was designed all along. Alphonse, how could you? Sacrificing your own siblings to fuel these accursed war machines. Sure, there's no cause worth paying for such a price. Aye, nothing is more precious than family. This nightmare is far from over. It appears that Rex is flooded with the remaining weapons. We can assume that Avance has every intention of sending them into battle. We must find a way to disable them before Oversoul can be activated. I've seen enough death. I do not wish to see any more. There's no time to waste. Let's be about it, Gaius. Zevra, you're in charge here. Keep Sid and his team safe while they carry out the investigation. Understood. You see that no harm comes to Gaius. While we're gone, I need you to relay everything to the Resistance troops. Your first-hand account should prove useful. If there's any developments, we'll be sure to contact you. Gear up on ya. You see, your problem here is you're not lifting with your lower back. Like, you see, his back's like this. He wants to like really get that hump in there as he lifts it up. Really just get them discs separating and popping and herniating. Welcome back. It sounds as if it's been quite a journey. All the way to Turncliffe? Judging by the fact you made it here in one piece, I trust everything went according to plan. An astonishing account. I don't mind putting the G-Warrior through a pace myself. Certainly more stimulating than supervising this rabble, I'd imagine. Anyway, as before, I'll compile information to a report and leave it over there for you to peruse. Should you feel so inclined, if we hear anything from headquarters, we'll be sure to pass it on. Sapphire weapon bust. Meanwhile, the 7th Legion's Werlet headquarters. What's that suit? Man got that one finger lift. More orphans? I've come to deliver my report, Lord Valens. Doing all this while I have 3 children watching and a milk? Ah, so you've returned, young Alfred. Or was it Alwick? Ah, that doesn't matter, of course. I hear that you and your darling brothers and sisters have allowed the sapphire weapon to fall into the hands of the enemy. Do tell me it isn't so. I'm afraid that's the case, Lord Valens. Ah, my milk. Oh, come now. No need to be so sullen, as they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. You know how forgiving I can be when it suits me. Certified pedophile. Oh my god, this man's a freak. This man's a freak! So tell me, whatever your name is, who was able to best the sapphire weapon? Our sources state one known as the Warrior of Light was assisted by Sid Garland and Gaius von Bielsar, my lord. Gaius. As it seems he's been quite a troublemaker of late. Defecting from Garlemald, assassinating the Emperor, whatever next. Oh well, there's no use crying over spilled milk. Speaking of which, quite the connoisseur since arriving in Werlitz. This particular variety comes from a rare breed of cow, you know. Only 100 of them in existence, and pampered every day of their lives. Yes, they're quite valuable. Till the milk dries up, that is. When it does, they are sent to the slaughterhouse like all the rest. For that is their lot in life. be discarded once they have served their purpose. Did I create the ruby and sapphire weapon so they can deliver us from the gift wrapped in the enemy? You see it now. Sid Garland, rubbing his hands with glee at all the technological marvels we've bestowed upon him. And you let Gaius von Balser of all people get the better of you. How do you think it reflects on me, the legate of the 7th Legion, humiliated by the traitor? Humiliated, I say! There's only one way to deal with the rest of this provincial filth like you. Wait for me in the correction chamber. You need to be taught a lesson in obedience. Yes, my lord. And there will be no baby oil. Judge the Judge will not stop you. There will be tears. Tears. Lord Freakaleak. Forgive my intrusion, Lord Valens. But it's time for the meeting with the head of the Magitech development. Oh, how time flies when you're whipping useless soldiers into shape. Yes, I'll be along once I've made myself presentable. Can't have people thinking I let my standard slip now, can I? That boy looked... Those eyes of that boy got fear in his soul. Is that the suit? Or is that someone in there? Okay, it's the suit. What are you doing here? You wish to see me, Lord Valens? Did I now? What did I do? Ah, yes, right here. So you're Ali, yes? And you joined the military of your own free will along with your fellow orphans. Such devotion! What inspiration you are! See, it's my firm belief that love grants us the power to move mountains, to overcome any obstacle. Together we can discover the strength that lies within you. Take my hand, child. I'll show you the way. This man's about to make the Emperor's children look like good people leaving your kids. 10 out of 10 fucking nannies. Weapon developed by the 7th Imperial Legion is successfully the ultimate weapon. Second known case of synthetic aurosites is being used in open combat. According to the combat data of Regula von Heinrichs, former legates of the 6th Imperial Legion. Evidence indicates that the War Machina was in an incomplete state. An Oversoul was used to mitigate the mechanical deficiencies. It was deployed off the coast of World and sent into battle with Garlando Ironworkers G-Warrior, applied by Kellyanna Quigley. It was then rendered inoperable but structurally intact, with only superficial damage sustained. Rykon piloted the Sapphire weapon. All other information regarding the subject was gained via verbal testimony of Gaius Balsar. Born and raised in the world until his parents died in an epidemic, after which he was taken into care of Gaius in the Imperial Orphanage. Though he lacked the physical prowess of his superiors, his high degree of dexterity made him ideally suited to maintain equipment and similar tasks. Even after joining the military, he remained shy and withdrawn. However, on occasions where the safety of his friends was threatened, he would not hesitate to defend them. He later replaced the designated pilot of the Sapphire weapon, fellow orphan Rex. He was absorbed by the weapons core upon activating Oversoul. Estimated age at time of death, 17. Oh, they just get younger. These kids just get younger and younger. Ain't my first Gundam rodeo. Of late, all I can think about is weapons. Weapons, weapons. I challenge my passion to crafting homages of our favorite War Machina, which is more than mere hobby. It's wind in my sails. Alas, I'm lacking fresh inspiration. For that, without necessary stimulation, my tools will let gather. I have to do fucking extreme. Could I even do extreme? I need 470. That's another time's problem. Today's investigation in Turncliffe has led to startling revelations. Ah, it's good to see Keldiana. Please report the Master Gone and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information about the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, we'd like you to rendezvous with the guys in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once he's ready to depart, your escort will lead you the way. Oh, it's not you, it's a different guy. Look at you sleeping. You were there sleepy little thing. All set for the journey ahead? Down to Turncliffe. Now that you're here, perhaps Sid will finally design to dispense his findings. Or dang. Severa, inform him of Keldiana's arrival. Thanks for coming. So what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths at which the Imperials went to uncovering their tracks. See, the hangar bow was not used just to store weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. The best gen of Pokemon? Obviously, we're familiar with the first, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. At the very least, what are we waiting for? Let's go after it. The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which of course leaves only one option: the sea. According to what fragmented data we will discover, the emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic abilities, much like the sapphire. May its escape to Turncliffe would have gone undetected and could potentially be anywhere by now. While Fawn's plans to have it absorb more primals. The logical choice would be Eorzea. Down by sea will allow them to circumvent the front line of Gimlets entirely. The Dinosaurs must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobo, Severa. Seems the emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely it was transported to another facility in order to add finishing touches. This position is correct. It would narrow our searches to 2 possible locations: Castrum Marinum in the Littoral Sea and Castrum Occidens in the eastern Lamosia. Both of which are known to have remnants of the 14th, your former subordinates, Gaius. Be that as it may, our objectives unchanged. Well done. You and Severa will make your way to Castrum Occidens, while Kelly and I for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the emerald weapon, we'll give a signal to dispatch the G-Ward. Eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you. We're still repairing the damage sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While elegant machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in a pinch. The faction been working to try to expand its already impressive arsenal. G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. Although still aware it's far from adequate replacement, provide an ironworks submersible to help Caldeon and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. I have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. Oh boy, submarine warfare instead of Gundam warfare? Submersible, eh? How much like the sound of that? I'm Severa and I should count ourselves fortunate our destination will be approached by land. Pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Keldiana. I love killing! It's time we depart. Let's make our way for Vesper Bay. Oh shit, we're here. Look at this. Absolutely glamorous. As for Master Gaun's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I have to bring some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliffe. Apparently, you saw some sort of levitating, hand-like appendages. 6 of them, in fact. I'm not quite sure what purpose they serve. Sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy. That's all we have. No, I'm afraid. You have my thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. The emerald weapon has indeed been transferred to the castrum. We need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the emerald weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. We must silence the War Machina before this happens. Failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm the mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the emerald weapon must be defeated at all costs. Castro Marignon. $485. Broke boys. Broke boys. That's all I see. Broke boys. Broke boys. Was that the thing? Yeah, they're 430s. Shit. 622. What do I want to do? We'll come back to the storyline. That's all we have. That's all I can say. I'll go back to MSQ. Oh, walking. Look how nice this place is at night. It's not blindingly bright. Is he just asleep?
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A good name.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Of light.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
2 side quests.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
One more thing.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Alphino, go the fuck away. It's girl talk time.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Rabbit girl talk. Aight, bitch, let's talk about our ears. The customary nuzzle.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
That was me. I'm Joy.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
Thoughts without you, you know? He misses you already.
Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Those boys gonna get that trailer park set up looking nice. Alright, let's talk, lady. Keep you in your comments. Much to discuss. I'll see you guys back to their posts. Did I even get the... Yeah, I think it was 36, the 430s. These up. I mean, let's just look at take off that. Just that should do me good. 480. Perfect. I'm 485. God motherfucking damn. I'm mad it doesn't keep momentum. The others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there's a proposal I should like to make. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I've noticed more and more people perusing books of history, these leading up to the Flood in particular. I expect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin eaters or worse. Across whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, or that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood. When the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I'm not surprised to see their rolled swords to them and painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, the knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, the reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all good they had done, afraid no wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to a justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Ober. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as sin eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained: that they were the cause of the Flood. The world on the brink of oblivion. It was all too easy for warriors of light to become villains deserving only of the resentment and hate. At this point, the truth mattered little. It did not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. Claimed it was Albert who helped you overcome Emmett Selk, correct? This revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a few select few, but one of all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We call together the people of Xtarium and count them the true tale of the Warriors of Light, the Flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, Kellyanna? Keep them ignorant. I wish we had done this sooner. In hindsight, I agree. Better late than never, no? Zark, may I ask you to continue working with Becklug and make it of returning home? Us will see the gathering people of the Stardom in the XIV. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Alright, everybody. We're here to tell you a wonderful tale about the Warrior of Light. Warriors of Light. They're not as bad as you all think. Yes, by doing their good deeds, they caused the flood. But had they not done their good deeds, you've been hit with the darkness. Yes, ma'am. Keltiana, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope you will being here doesn't mean someone's hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late. Which is a shame, come to think of it. I had few opportunities to test my new medicines. I know a sicko like this lady. I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments for myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light, Rexar has already spoken with me about them. If there's more of this to tale, I'd very much like to hear it. As you need to teleport. Let's work our way down. Antibert. Spectin. Kindle. This man's hair. He wants to be a Mitzel. He wants to be a fucking. He wants to be on that shit. He wants to be possessed by Nisi. No, this can't be. So there's at least one book here that does not cast the words of light and their deeds in such negative light. Kelliana, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosities be bustling with visitors of late. My fear repository lacks the knowledge of what they seek. Who wish to know the truth of the flood, the Warriors of Light. I've searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof. I dare call myself a librarian. Well, I have just the time for you. You're to address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the flood? Oh, wonderful! You've regaled me with the tale once before. I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Never take the stairs. Mash my entire bones up. Catalyst. Well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grindot not too long ago. He says a physicist from Stardom found him at the bottom of the ocean and she inspired him to reach new artistic heights. I can only think of one person capable of both feats. I'd say the last is far more impressive. I think fate will only bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry. I mean, the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. This is the one I was supposed to take. But I like smash my fucking bones. Come to browse where's the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whoever it may be. Under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word that the fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Noravant reaps the benefits. We've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with returning. Delight to Norvants. Alright, consider my interest peaked. I just noticed something. The North does the first doesn't have any of those filthy disgusting Garlands. The whole time I was out here, I see not one three-eyed freak. I saw a lot of other things, but not one three-eyed freak. Good land, good people.
Well. So what do I owe the pleasure? Whoever it is, I must ask you to be brief. The night returned. Visitors have been flocked to the Castarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though, seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement. One can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warrior of Light? Yes, Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've steer us wrong. You've yet to steer us wrong. Someone's over here that you have to say.
There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we stirred from top to bottom. Now we've got to wait for people to gather. I'm about to tell y'all about how everything. That's a lot of people have to tell about how you wrong. Please be voiced. Please be voiced.
Yes, this looks to be
Oh,
nearly
God
everyone.
bless.
Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
You gotta stop using that name for me.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to
Just because I'm
speak
black,
these
doesn't mean I'm
truths?
a warrior of darkness. He's only a warrior. I'm just yapping. I ain't saying shit. There's these cool dudes out here, man. They were doing cool shit. Out here saving the peoples, risking exile for all this, fighting like dogs. They did something impossible. They used 5-mans, not 4-mans. 3 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. Crazy. You'd never see it here. They were out here doing good shit. Grand shit. Shit I do. And then they did shit too good. They stopped the flood though. They sacrificed themselves. It's one fella. He got sent for me to kill. Hate his bum ass ever since.
The Warriors of Light did all that?
Hate the shit out of him.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
On sight with that nigga. What's he doing here? Trying to throw a one-on-one right here?
Impossible.
The dead speak. I think I'm not matching it this then.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
You gotta work on your vocabulary, man. You got
What
too
in
much
the
of a
world?
vocabulary. What you see with your fucking blind eyes?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time, though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
I just know there is a like 3% chance.
You now.
Nah, it's
the
probably
warrior of
higher.
darkness.
The amount of people
It's
who
not
played like
of this
warrior,
world.
basic white boy
And the day will
warrior.
come when she must return to her home.
And they just looked in the mirror.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise.
Mm-hmm.
You who must become the new warriors of light.
Mm-hmm.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Nah.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Let me fight this nigga. Let me fight this nigga. Let me fight this nigga. Let me fight him. That's all we gotta do. Let me fight him. Let me put some hands on him. Let me just make sure he's real. Make sure there ain't no sin eating in him. Y'all got TV?
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No, absolutely not. I saw that boy's soul disappear.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
He's not with me. I just absorbed him. Completely different. I mean, I love him. I love him.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Ah, yes. Illugidabulicus.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. 'Twas only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
I'm a spirit box, you know. They come at me, I go bop, bop, bop,
Whatever
bop,
the reason,
bop.
I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association.
I gotta get some pants.
That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
You just can't look at me respectfully with no pants on. I gotta get some pants on.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Let's see what we got here. We got low lettuce. We got potato salad. We got some tea. We're gonna drink some tea. Got fish. Drink some tea. Alright, that's where we're gonna end it off for today. Be back next week. I think I'm good for you next week. Do some more again. We'll hopefully we can finish this patch. Start the other stuff. Finish that whole Emerald Warrior storyline as well. You know, do some other things. Looking forward. Tomorrow we got Valkyria Chronicles. Still going strong with that, 1 o'clock Eastern. Nothing Monday. We're painting Wednesday. Back here Friday. Valkyria Chronicles Saturday. And we keep rotating. And then we on Monkey Monday that next Monday. So anyway. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you liked it, please give us a follow or tell your friends about the channel. You can also find stuff on, we stream on YouTube. You can also find the VODs there. Follow me on Twitter for absolutely no good reason. I don't really use it right. I use it to find funny memes. You can also check out my miniature projects on Instagram at CannedAfroMinis, _minis. I hope to get some stuff up there this weekend. I got some core. I need to get them based up real nice. But other than that, I want to thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. Eat some food. Bye-bye.